All right, I think we are back up here at the tail end of this storm. We're going to continue to do what we can with this window. We are unable to open up the window here in Ralston High School. So we're going to continue to go out and wipe the windows down. We had lightning and thunder come through the area. And if you guys are familiar with at all with technology and lightning, they do not mix. So we weren't able to get up audio and then everything crashed on us. But again, Run Left is still with us here in the booth.
Yes, sir. We are dealing with a little audio adversity, folks, but it's shaping up to be the game that we all thought it was going to be.
So Stockmen on the break, they were able to march down the field on an air by the Titans, punch in a short yardage situation, hit the extra point in this league. Again, this is my first game covering this league. Their extra point attempts, their PAT regular standard kick attempts are now worth 2 points. So it was a 2-point try on the kick up and through, and it was good. 8-0, and you're now joining with us as we transition into the second quarter. Slightly. All right, audio back. Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. We're going to start climbing back up in these views. We're going to continue to wipe the window down and do what we can. Again, usually we open up the window and operate with an open window, and we just put a cover over the camera. In this stadium, we are unable to do that. This is our first time in the stadium. So again, now we know what to do. As we continue to grow and we continue to travel to more stadiums, we'll continue to add some more tools to our toolbox. But until then, man, we're going to continue to do the best we can. Hey, that's what we need, dude.
Definitely going to put a squeegee in the bag.
Add a squeegee. What I need is a better radar app, dude. My radar all the way up here said clear skies, no clouds, no rain, nothing. We get here and we get lightning, thunder, and someone pissed off Thor, so it is what it is. So, how's the leg doing, boss?
I'm walking right again, at least.
Okay.
Other than that, I mean, there's a small muscle on the inside of your knee. I tore that. Other than that, all the ligaments and tendons are good.
No surgery needed?
Yeah, no surgery needed. My ligaments are kind of like fucking linguini right now, but
look, man, I'm gonna give you this roster.
all right.
We kind of got printed out rosters here at the last second because I was complaining about it, like I always do. I like to complain a lot. I've been told. So you run that roster, I'll run this roster. With our powers combined, we'll make it happen.
Number 16, Jason Warren on the tackle, a little shooken up.
I don't quite know if he knows where he's at right now.
Oh man, played with Stampede for a long.
See, you're going to hear Crit up here with Run Left. He's a little biased. He may or may not be on the Stockman roster, so he might get a little bias in the booth. But that's okay. All right. We're waiting for we're catching the tail end of the radar according to my phone, but then again, I don't know how accurate that is because it had 0 on the radar all the way up here, so. As we run around the right-hand side there. He's going to be chopped down short of the line of scrimmage for a loss of 1 to bring up a 3rd down and 9.
That was number 0, Lando Johnson with the tackle.
Oh, you big dog.
Oh.
Pit stop.
All right, yeah, we got about 3rd and 10 right now for the Titans. See if we can that Stockman defense can get a stop here.
So it went from a light rain, thought we were at the end of it, to a downpour again, but the lightning is cleared. So we're going to continue to do the best we can with what we're given here. As that pass is a little bit high out of the reach of his intended receiver there. Bring up a 4th down and 10. They're kind of in no man's land here. I would anticipate them bringing on the punting unit, which it looks like they are. Try to play a little field position game here. Thugs and technology. What's up, Rich? we're gonna, like I said, man, we're gonna bring you play by play the best we can. We're gonna do what we can with this booth at halftime. We might have another cord in the bag that we can transition to get outside and maybe get under umbrella. But until then, we're gonna limp our butts in at halftime. You have 13 minutes left here in the first half. As that punt, if somebody can get there and down it, that's gonna be a dangerous punt, but it's gonna make its way into the end zone. That was a brilliant idea to kick away from the returner there and try to play a little coffin corner style, unable to get it to roll out. So Titans, correct me if I'm wrong here, Titans will take the ball at the 20. Stockman, you know what I'm talking about.
All right, CT is the real thing, folks.
Hey, Dorsey's shouting out run left in the chat. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We'll continue to bring play-by-play, man, when we can. We continue to work on the rain on the window. Again, we can't control that. I can only do things that are inside my control. Rachel will continue to run the camera. We'll continue to wipe the screen. Hey, if you want to come here and stand out front and hold an umbrella, I'm all for it, big dog. We've wiped it down a few times. It's pouring down outside right now. We are inside a booth, and that is a window that we are unable to open. Unless we were just open and hold the umbrella over the camera. That's just not the case. This booth, it's an older booth. The windows are fixed and secured. You cannot open them. You cannot slide them side to side, up and down. Can't do anything. And there's no awning on the booth outside, so it's just straight window, and the water off the roof is rolling down the window as well. So, again, we're in the middle of a little isolated storm, according to the radar. As soon as the storm blows out, we should be good to go. We might move out onto the patio and hold an umbrella up at halftime, but this was an unexpected storm. It wasn't on the radar on the way up here. I've been checking it, so now there's some rain. The water was kind of dying down there a little bit, and now it's like a downpour outside. So as soon as this tsunami decides to chill out, should be back in business. Earlier, it was the lightning that knocked everything out, so we kind of shut everything down and rebooted there during the lightning storm. It blew out of here. Now we're just waiting. As you see, a QB draw up the middle. He's going to get close to the sticks. I think they're going to give him enough to move the chains, as I do not see a flag. We're going to send Cripple Crit outside with a rag. Try to wipe her down one more time. Stockman set up, trips to the near side, single to the far. Looking right, little swing pass to the back. And they're going to call that a forward pass, as that was a close play. That was very close to going the opposite direction, but as it stands, it'll bring up a 2nd down and 10 for the Stockmen. Hey, Crippled Crit's working his way around. You're about to see him pop up on the screen. Everyone is trying to move up against the booth from the stands for whatever reason, but it's not doing them any good because the water is pouring off the top of the booth. As the handoff goes right up the middle for a short gain here. You're seeing a... Hey, this is semi-pro football at its finest, man. This is stuff that we didn't prepare for. The radar app does not show any weather whatsoever on the way up here for a 3.5-hour drive. We get here and the sky opens up on us. So Jay drops back, looking left. He has a man. He underthrows it, and that is picked off. Titans are headed up the field. I believe a flag comes in late. It's going to be after the interception on the return there. By number 9, is that Ramon? Hey, okay, Ramon hit me up earlier, making sure he gets the shout out. So he makes sure he makes that big play there. Get yourself a shout out. Longtime friend of mine. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. Hey, we didn't send the dude with one knee, but sometimes it just be like that. He needs his exercise. I got like a pit crew. I just need this man in a white t-shirt out front. So penalty against the Titans is going to back them up. They had great field position to start with. They're going to be a little bit behind it now at the 49-yard line and driving. We are midway through the second quarter here. Again, I cannot see out of the other window to even see the scoreboard, so I'll tell you the time when I'm able to see it. The rain is still pouring. Titans come with twins to the near side, single to the far side. The design quarterback draw up the middle. Finds a seam for a nice gain there on first down. That's what you like to see, to stay out ahead of the sticks. Opens up the playbooks for you on second down. You're going to hear some clapping going on. We do have some Titans in the booth tonight. And that's, again, man, this is what this broadcast is all about. This broadcast is something for the players, for everybody else. Hey, Tri-County Kings in the house. That's another, we just partnered up with those guys, getting ready to roll into the fall league here. It's the first time we've ever had a fall league in Kansas City. Kings hit us up first, so we're going to be out covering the Kings game. So make sure y'all go follow these guys on Facebook, support them through the fall. We'll continue to have football. They're going to have to compete with the Chiefs, though, but we will be there. I'll have the Chiefs on in the booth. It'll be a good time. Saturdays with the Kings, Sundays with the Chiefs. As the handoff goes around the right side, he finds a seam. I didn't think he was going to be able to find anything. He was able to squeeze through a little hole there. As long as there's no flags, Titans will continue to move the chains as we hit 9 minutes, and rolling here in the second quarter. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man, from Florida. We're going to do everything we can. Like I said, it's pouring rain. We've got somebody standing in the rain to try to wipe off the window as much as we can. As long as we can live into or tweak our way into halftime, we'll make some adjustments. But until then, we got to do with what we got here. Am I doing the hidden gem? Bruh. Look, I would do anything for the hidden gems as long as homeboy, and you know who I'm talking about, as long as he's not there. There's a lot of things I put up with in, and I'm going to be 100% transparent here. There's a lot of things I put up with in the semi-pro world, being the regional director. I put up with a lot of different things. I understand it's semi-pro. I understand people do this at different levels because there's levels to it. Let's be 100% with it. There's different levels to broadcast, or not broadcasting. There's different levels to semi-pro. But when you start mixing in just blatant racism, I draw the line. I don't have anything against the teams in that league. They're all good dudes. We've hung out with a lot of them. As that pass, there's a flag thrown on the play. I'm going to assume that is pass interference as it is spiked into his feet. If that flag stands, it's going to move your Titans into red zone for the first time tonight here. But again, man, I don't have anything against the Hidden Gems League, so we're going to stop talking on those guys for now, bro. But you know how it is. Blatant racism, I draw the line, and I do not want any part of that. So if teams show back up to that league, that's on them. I don't want any part to do with it. I will broadcast their games. I will support everybody in that league as long as he's not involved. And that's where we're going to draw the line. So Titans get the first call tonight to go their way. Stockmen are upset. They're going to take a timeout. He's going to come give the ref an earful. We're going to step aside and take this timeout with him. I appreciate you all tuning in as we continue to deal with these struggles in the rain. Hopefully we're on the backside of this storm cell, but there is still rain pouring down outside. Appreciate you all. We'll see you on the other side of this timeout. All right, after the timeout, Titans fumble the ball on the exchange. And the blackout defense of the Stockmen, once again led by Coach Lee Macklin, come away with the football. Titans have just been unable to get out of their own way here early on. This game's lone score so far was on a mistake by the Titans that gave the Stockmen great field position. This one, once again, the Titans shoot themselves in the feet, giving up a turnover. Inside the line of play here, this game has been very even, back and forth in the middle of the field. It's just a matter of mistakes and shooting yourself in the foot. I know we're going to see a lot of LOLs in the chat. There's a lot of guys that Stockmen have kind of dug themselves, or not the Stockmen, Titans have kind of dug themselves a hole in Kansas City a little bit here with a lot of the guys who tune into this. So you're going to see a lot of guys against the Titans. Stockman's got a lot of friends, man, but I got friends on both of these sides, so should be a fun football game. His handoff goes right up the middle, breaks the tackle around to the right-hand side. He goes. Another stiff arm by number 20, Russell Keanu. Picking up about 3 on the carry there, first down, bringing up a 2nd down and 7. Vincent, appreciate you subscribing, bro. The reason that we push so much for subscribers is, as you've seen, every time we have something go down on the chat, we've got to reboot everything and with a brand new link. However, once we hit a certain amount of subscribers, YouTube will just let us run everything off the same link, so we don't have to worry about anything. So, again, we're still young in the game. We're only been in business for about 3 months now. We're going to make do with everything we can. Buy one, we'll double your order for free. And right up the middle on 3rd and short for the first down and more. Stockmen rolling the chains here again. We're sitting just inside of 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Stockmen are starting to pick up the tempo a little bit. Twins to the far side, twins to the near side. Handoff up the middle. And he's met by a host of Titans as the helmet falls off. He gets maybe to the line of scrimmage, but not much more. We're going to call that 2nd down and 10 coming up. Get some Flex Seal on the gutter. There is no gutter. If there was a gutter, we wouldn't have this issue. It's water is literally coming off the roof straight down the window. Look, man, Bulldogs is the last people I expected to be giving me a hard time in the chat. Y'all about to be fired. 3rd down and 6 as Titans scramble to make some substitutions. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. Flag is thrown on the far side. They're going to call an offside on the defense here, which I didn't see any contact made on the defense. They should be able to reset there, but that's why I'm in the booth and I'm not a coach, because I'd be upset. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. So quarterback scramble is the call. Got a big quarterback. That's an easy pickup for him as he rolls for 5 ahead for a first down and moves the chains. He said, I'm in a room full of issues. I'm in a room full of thugs. Hey, we will see you August 14th. So again, you're going to see another penalty against the Titans. So if that's how the officiating is going to go, again, I don't have a bias. I don't have a dog in the fight in this game, but if that's how the reffing is going to go, Titans need to switch up their count as well and try to see if they can get that same advantage. Swinson rolls around to the right-hand side. Little pump fake. Cuts back inside, and he's going to be right around the sticks, depending on where they spot him. Near side ref has him about a yard shorter than the far side ref here. But far side ref is going to put his foot down. He gets the spot he wanted. 1st and 10 from the 48 as Stockmen roll across the 50-yard line. And I see a timeout signaled, and it's going to go against the Titans for their 2nd timeout as they head across the sideline and try to regroup. My man says pug life. Hey, you see, run left out here trying to make things happen. You all said you wanted an umbrella, so we put an umbrella. The catch is made here on the near side, right to the sticks. And there's a rainbow popping up just right in front of us as this store. First and 10, Stockman. Handoff up the middle. Kind of zigs and zags his way for 5 on first down. 2nd and 5. Stockman are eating up the clock here. So maybe they're playing high school rules. Is that the case? Big stiff arm he is met, but gets an extra 7 yards after contact as he continues to fight his way forward. Stockman have steadily been rolling down the field here. Going back to the well again as he continues to churn his feet. Jay Swinson back here running the calls, making sure he continues to do what's working, keeps his guys moving the ball forward. Twins left, Twins far side. Once again, handoff right back up the middle. Continues to pick up yards after contact. Russell. And they're going to call that again on the defense. So something's got to get done here. Unless they're playing high school rules, but I have players in the booth that are telling me that's not been the call all season long. So I'm going to agree with them. How much time left? 3 minutes and 16 seconds left in the second quarter. Swinson rolls around the right. He's got a little bit of space. He's got some running room. He cuts it back up the middle. Dives, and he bounces off a would-be tackler to pick up the touchdown. Touchdown, Stockman. Jay Swinson putting the team on his back, putting together a big drive, eating up over 10 minutes of clock. And that's how you take control of a ball game. Touchdown, Stockman. So again, the PAT unit comes on. These PATs are worth 2 points in this league. Don't ask me why. I just work here. I'm just here so I don't get fined. Y'all know what I'm saying? The snap is back. Hold is good. Kick is up right down the middle, and we've got another flag on the defense. So he remixes the call, flips it, and he puts it back against the Stockman. So they're going to back him up 5. I'm not sure. Maybe it was a legal formation. Snap is back. Hold is down. Kick is up. Once again, right down the middle. Add 2 more points. So that's going to bring the score 16 Stockman home side, 5-0. 0 to Titans at 3 minutes left in the second quarter here. He said how much a 2-point conversion's worth. Hey, in this league, with these refs, maybe 4. I'm not exactly sure. So Crit's going to work his way back in the booth. Stockman up 16-0. I'm going to make this man earn his money. I'm going to hand the mic to him.
Adversity.
I'm going to hand the mic to Run Left, man. He's been out wiping the window down. He's earned it. I'm going to go wipe the window down right in front of us so we can see as that kick sails into the end zone for a touchback. I don't know exactly what these refs are doing, but y'all tune in to Run Left for a little bit, and I'm going to take a break.
I was trying to say there's a rainbow.
It's all good. We put Run Left in the hot seat.
Yeah, dude. All right, what do we got? We got the Midwest Titans with the ball at the 20 right now. Oh, dude, Anthony, the knee is doing all right. It was just a dislocation, some deep bone bruising on the patella, and then on the inside, stretched out the ligaments, tore. There's a small muscle on the inside of your knee that I tore. But let's see here. We got single back, 2x2 for the Titans.
Yeah, the windows are good for now. The rain is finally starting to die down a little bit. That is a pick six.
Hey, there we go. Number 23, Rodell Irwin Hall. Let's go, baby.
Touchdown. I do not see any flags in the play. There's some celebration, some guitar strings being strung.
Slumped.
Touchdown. Stockman. No, sir. So I'll let him answer that. But last time I talked to him, he didn't necessarily need surgery as long as it heals. Correctly. Go ahead.
So I have another appointment with the ortho on Tuesday, and then I'll PT on Tuesday and Thursday. The PT ladies doesn't. It's still kind of up in the air, but hopefully not.
So he says Titans have an easy schedule. That kick is blocked. Can they return the kick in this league?
Yeah.
Well, he just put his hands up and continued to run past, so I'm assuming he can't. So that leaves us here 22-0. There's a lot of football left here. If the Titans can just settle back down and do what they were doing to start the game and maybe figure out the ref issue on defense, they're going to be okay. So I'm going to call it the way I see it, man. Just like I always do. I know I offend a lot of people, but semi-pro is semi-pro, and I'm going to call things how I see it. So when you say Titans have an easy schedule, my question is, how many teams in the UCFL are not an easy schedule? So you got to remember, Titans came from an MFA team, in an MFA league where every week you had to battle. You had the Bulldogs, the Stockmen, the Blaze, Sioux City. Every week was a war as Stockmen are trying to get a little pretty here on the kick. I'm not a huge fan of that. It's still early in the game, but they're trying to put a dagger in them early here. So we're going to go back. So Titans left the MFA, and they're an extremely young team, man. So they switch over to the UCFL. UCFL is bringing a lot of teams in that weren't necessarily powerhouse teams in their league. They found some success last year as a young organization, and nothing wrong with a young team, man. Everyone's got to start. Sometimes you got to restart. It happens in the game of football. And you see a Stockman team that was in the MFA championship game the last few years playing the Bulldogs. They continue to recruit. They continue to recruit not just players, but coaches. They continue to redo things knowing they were going to have to compete with the likes of the Blaze and the Bulldogs every single year. You're getting a Stockman team that came off a year of rest that is heavily loaded, anticipating MFA action, playing a Titans team that is still rebuilding. So if you want my honest opinion, there you go. Craig, if you have anything to add to it, my guy, go for it. But that's how I see things. Right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah, no, I agree with that totally. I mean, like I said on the show, on the podcast, my picks this year for all the leagues in this area were Stockmen, Calvary, and the Blaze. So you come with a team that's used to that MFA caliber, competition week in and week out, making the championship game 2 years in a row. It's kind of tough to say that anybody is really playing anybody if you're not playing the Stockmen.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, if Stockman were a top team in the MFA, man, every year they continue to get better. And 5 years ago, it was funny. I just seen Andrew talk on Facebook last night. He made a post 5 years ago about where the Stockmen were, and the Stockmen just weren't winning football games. And he said, as long as we continue to build around the core guys and believe in the motto that we have, things will work out. And you fast forward 5 years later, and this is where they're at. They continue to take games outside of their league. And that's a big thing we talked about on the podcast when you had me on your episode was you have to step outside of your league and take games that force you to get outside of your comfort zone so you understand just how things are and because you might find something that works for you in your league. But is it good competition and it's working? Or is it weak competition in the grand scheme of things and it's working? You don't know until you step out of your comfort zone.
Exactly. So, I think we talked about this, and this is no disrespect to the UCFL or anything like that, but I think the Stockmen coming to this league and then potentially winning, making it to regionals and everything, I think that this is going to hurt us more than anything because once we get into regionals, you play the likes of the Kansas City Bulldogs, the Minneapolis Warriors, and it's just not, the competition level just isn't there.
Now, what I have heard, I talked to Andrew a little bit. He is possibly talking about once this league comes to a conclusion, if there's time between then and regionals, he has a man open, unable to connect as he just outthrows the hands of number 8, Christopher Robinson. That would have been 6 to the house, unable to connect. But yeah, so he was talking about possibly getting some games in with Bulldogs and some good 11-man teams in the area to make sure they're ready to rock and roll for regionals. So I'm excited if that happens. Hopefully it happens, man. It's good for the game of football at our level if that happens, to see these top teams start competing. I've been wanting to see the MFL champions, so Missouri Cyclones, they go undefeated in their league. I've been trying to set up a Missouri State Championship for years and unable to get it to go. So there is talks about that game possibly happening. I know Cyclones and Pit Bulls are under the same booth as Titans are facing a 3rd down and 5 here. So Pit Bulls and Cyclones are under the same booth. They're not going to make any moves whatsoever until Pit Bulls wrap up their season, and they are in their divisional championship game tonight. Winner of tonight's game between the Pit Bulls and the Cougars move on next week to the Hidden Gems Championship against the Tennessee Stampede. So once we see the end of that game, then the Cyclones and Pit Bulls ownership, whoever the powers to be, will sit down and make a decision on what they want to do. However, if that game doesn't happen, I do want to, like I said, I want to see a state championship game. I know Arizona does one, California does one, Arkansas does a state championship game. It's pretty cool. You get all your league champions in a tournament. You play for a state championship. If that doesn't happen, I'm expecting to see Cyclones in regionals anyway. So there's a lot of up and coming, exciting things, that we're gonna discover here in the next few months.
Yeah, I think I'm super excited for the regional matchups this year.
Oh, dude, 100%.
There's gonna be a lot of different teams, and it's gonna be awesome. We got Vic Sweeney with a big return there down to the 20. What is that? 22.
Number 77. For the Titans, I would give you a name if I had it, but I do not see it on the roster. With the tackle, that's a big man who ran a long way to save that. Stockman on the ball with 1 minute and 12 seconds left as a rainbow pops up over the stadium. The sun pops out. We are locked in. Split in South and North Division. Yeah, so how are Pit Bulls doing in this league? Is that supposed to be how are they in this regional, or how are they doing in their league? So, but that's the big thing, man. That's why I'm so excited about the regional thing being implemented. Because how it used to be is You don't have to win your league as that ball is thrown. He's got a man in the seam just off the fingertips. Ref reached for his waistband for a second, decided against it. And no more wiping windows. Man, the sun is out. There is a rainbow directly in front of us. 1 minute and 6 seconds left on the clock here before second quarter. So how that worked out is Pit Bulls are in the Hidden Gems League, and the Spartans in that league, their owner runs their regional section. So Spartans have folded. I do not know if they are going to run a regional section or not. However, Pit Bulls are close enough, again, with the Cyclones. They're under the same roof. They're in St. Louis. They're still technically in our division or in our region. They just play for a league that isn't in the region. So they're kind of on the border. But this regional thing, Chris, talking about it. So before it used to be, you didn't necessarily have to win your league. You just had to have a winning record, be good, and know the right people.
Yeah, and then play good competition.
Yeah. But now it's, if you know the right people or not, you still get thrown into a region and you have to beat champions. It's a tournament of champions for a reason. And my thing is, you can sit in a league all year long and win a championship. Cool, great. But if you don't step into the regional level and play other competition, people are going to think you're ducking action.
Exactly. And that's it. It happens almost every week, every year in semi-pro football that, people hate to just say it, but people are ducking action.
100%.
Like, look at how many games have you guys had canceled on you?
We're now up to 7 cancellations on the year.
Yeah. So I think, that needs to play into some of it with the regional matchups.
Stockmen burned their second time out there.
And, I think the competition level really needs to be brought in, because you could have 3 losses, but if you're out playing, let's say, you're going to Kansas City, you're going to Minneapolis, you're going to St. Paul even.
Yeah.
I think if those were your 3 losses and you still, win out the rest of the season, I still think that should be a decent invite.
So that's another thing. A lot of guys, I was trying to tell them, strength of schedule this year is going to be absolutely critical when you run into the regional stretch. And a lot of guys didn't understand what I mean by that. But if you take a look at the Kansas City Bulldogs, man, hold on, I got to step aside. 4th down Army, I got to represent for the brand here as he lines up for where he's standing, 29-yard attempt from the right hash.
39.
Yep.
Come on, Dave. Come on, Dave.
I got excited. Kick is blocked. And he almost gave it back to the Stockman. He should have just not even touched the ball and took it back where the snap was at. But again, mental mistakes. They've been shooting themselves. Hey, shout out to Gabe Frank. He said whoever painted these Titans helmets. Woo! So again, what I was telling people is strength of schedule is going to be critical as the regional tournament continues to make its way into things. So you've got the Bulldogs, whose single loss came against the Minneapolis Warriors. Minneapolis Warriors are in a team. Now, I was looking at their score. It was 24-0 into first quarter today. They're a team that's winning their league. They're undefeated. They're beating their opponents by an average of 56 points a game. Right? So if that's their one loss and you sit in a league and you have all of your opponents have below a 500 record, why would you be above a team that one loss by 4 points is to a national powerhouse team? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That is going to send us into the halftime break. But yeah, man, we're going to take a break. We're going to turn on some music. We're going to keep things rolling. We're going to step aside and get some drinks and some food. But everything should be up. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. There's a lot left to be talked about in the second half. I know Crit here in the booth, I know we had a lot of things to talk about earlier. We kind of got distracted. He was out front wiping windows down. So we'll make it work. We're going to step aside. We'll see you all on the other side of this half. Appreciate y'all for tuning in and hanging out with us.
done done this and that. I have traveled the world, got a lot more to see, yeah. And that is a fact. Got success upon the mind. I'm talking all the time. It's my way out, it's my healing. I don't need distraction. Shawty, you are the attraction. And I can't believe my eyes. Shawty, you changed my life. You keep it all with me, yeah. Telling no lie. Yeah, I done done this and that, yeah. I have traveled the world. I done been to hell and back. Baby, you made it worth it. I'm not perfect, but that's different in your eyes. Shawty, I've been swerving, but I'm trying to make you mine. Just know I'ma treat you better, not bitter. Better, not better. Shawty, you're my everything. You are my queen, darling. Pass me the visine, my eyes watering when I think about the bond we have. Yeah, I have made up my mind. I'm not going back this time. It's you that I'm loving, you that I cuff, yeah. Give zero fucks, yeah. What a hater gotta say. I'ma treat you better, not bitter. Oh, I'ma treat you better, not bitter. I done done this and that. Yeah. I have traveled the world, seen a lot of girls, seen a lot of places, seen so many faces. Oh my, you're right. Not compared to you, not compared to you.
Yeah. Oh shit. We got third degree in this motherfucker. Yeah. K to the R, you know what's up, man. That's what it is, man. I tell the bartender not to spill my drink. That's right, man. I need that shit full to the brim, you know what I'm saying? Feel this shit, though. Yo, I hit the bar with my pockets swole. Yeah. Ain't trying to drop a flow. Which you ain't see me with my brim tipping sockets low. I'm trying to get my drink on, that's how we rock and roll. You drinking like we drink, boy, make sure your cup is full. You see me in the club, but I ain't here to dance. Your girl smiling at me, shit, I'm just here to glance. Sipping that silver 7, dripping, you got to go. We snatch your bitch and make her pop, lock and drop it low. Partner, don't try me, I'm tipsy. You run your lips and get hissy. Me, I don't think you really want it with me. I'm saying, you think we playing, we ain't. What it is ain't no game. Shit, it's cool if you hang, but if you swerve in our lane, we get to chopping quick. That's if you're talking shit. I warn you once, we ain't the ones you should be fucking with. We 20 deep, partner. You know that's how we roll. We take it toe to toe, lock and load, blow for blow. You see me at the bar while you trying to act hard. Don't be coming at me running your lips. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. If you see me in the club and your girl show us love, don't be coming at me talking that shit. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on.
What it is, I'm drinking goose and getting illy. Shit, I'm ready for the drama. If I hate it acting silly, I got a little pilly, but the cannon's in the trunk. So if I make it to the Chevy, then somebody's fucked up. But right now I'm going hard, third focused on the stallion. I'm a baller, baby, so I brought a couple thousand. Nope, I ain't gonna blow it on you. I'm the red cup king, so I'ma blow it on Goose. I can't help but notice that suckers in they feelings and they been eyeing reckless since we came in the building, but it don't really bother us. Man, we on some real shit. Really trying to chill, but we can make it ugly real quick. We here to drink, so we gon' get our drink on. They bumping gums, then we gon' get our bang on. What it is, tell me what it's gon' be. Nigga out of bounds, 40 calories, what he gon'
If
see?
you see me at the bar while you trying to act hard, don't be coming at me running your lips. Don't want it with me. What it is, drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. If you see me in the club and your girl show us love, don't be coming at me talking that shit. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. We buy a drink at the bar and tell them leave the bottle. This ain't no role model type of shit that you should follow. I'm feeling good, don't be trying to break my buzz, baby. I'm way too lit for that drama, even if I was crazy. We get it poppin' when I'm rolling with third. Fuck the table, we the ones to drink you out to the curb. Don't be mad cause your girl wanna party with some rock stars who hit the block hard. Pussy ain't no Pop-Tarts. We make it pop hard, feel the effects. Taking shots to the head like it's Russian roulette. See, we ain't come to fight and let off, just here to take the edge off. But if you trippin', we won't hesitate to take your head off. You know the name, you can see it on my back. Know the voice, you can hear it on the track. Do it live, ladies. Go on and get your freak on. Put your cups up. Go on and get your drink on. See me at the bar while you tryna act hard. Don't be coming at me running your lips. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. You see me in the club and your girl show us love. Don't be coming at me talking that shit. Don't want it with me. What it is, I'm finna get my drink on. What it is, I'm here to get my drink on. Yeah, man, that's what it is, baby. And you see me at the bar, you see me at the club, man. Don't be eyeing me and shit. You know what's up, man. That's what it is in this motherfucker. 2008 shit, man. We ain't playing either, boy. Let's go.
Landmark that.
Basement Beat Production. DJ Slim, the beatmaker.
I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me die. Been reppin' 81691 Trace since I knee high. I'm Paul Rudd. I'm Maurice Green. I'm Tech 9 Travis and Strange Street Team. Every night we pop. I'm Icy Rock. I'm DJ Fresh, DJ Rice. I might be Jock. I'm K-Rock. I'm a fallen soldier. A royal in the major league, so they all oppose us. Fort KC, Chief 68 Riot. I'm Gates and Sons, Jack Stacks and Arthur Bryant. I'm a real rider. Call me Shantae. I'm Killer City. Boop, boop, boop. Out a Hyundai. I'm the popper, the pretty face on a poster. I'm the plaza. P&L is on the roast. I'm Country View, where I'm known to post up. At the Bristol with wine, drinking on mimosa. Got a little sweet vodka, I'm already sipping. I'm Don Cheadle, Little Bobby, and I'm Eddie Griffin. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me die. Been reppin' 81691 Trace since I knee high. Go chicken, go with them fire gizzards. I'm Kansas City Monarchs and the KC Wiz. I'm Holy Temple. I'm Bill McConnell. I'm Vonzell and Captain Vonzell throwing hella potties. Like I'm Romeo. Had a club called The Heart where many people were known to go. I'm Town Center, Crown Center, Sprint Center, Kemper Arena, Starlight, Independence Event Center. I'm Southeast Center, John Sams, Carol Green. I'm Brittany Atkins, Lincoln High School girls team. I'm the Gants, I'm the Duns, I'm the Bears, I'm the Willises and Dooleys. Rep for Casey like I'm Paris. I'm Ant Peeler. I'm Joe Rainey, the Rush Brothers, Tyrone Lou, and all ballers that go Maney. I'm Jeff Dayton, Durrell Kearney plus Terrell. I'm Hogan High, so I'm Marcus Denman from the 12. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm KC. I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KAINSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me die. Been reppin' 81691 Trace since I'm knee-high. Ike Lee Joe, D-Loc and Dilemma Flow. I'm the Chateau Lounge, Conference Cove and Chemicals. I'm the Bannister, the Landon, and Oak Park. I'm Longview Lake, Brush Creek, and Swope Park. R.I.P. Lunatic, my bro that got. I'm Janelle Monáe, Eminem and Joe that Watley. Hustling on 7-1, making pit stops. I be writing for a living like I'm Jason Whitlock. Get my shirt done by Dempsey or Steve-O, pumping like Pony Highway with Big T and Pizzo. Comment Sean Malto when I skate through. Out my window at the courthouse loft, there's a great view. I'm Fairyland Park, one day on a carousel. Prospect Truce, I'm Quindero and Parallel. I'm Nisi, plus I'm Peachtree. Call 816 and 913 if ever need to reach me. I'm KC. 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 I'm Kansas City, but they call it Killer City. KANSASCITY. Ask where I'm from, then they'll see my reply. I'm KC till the day that me die. Been reppin' 81691 Trace since I'm knee-high. Now you can find me with my eyes slow, riding low. Passenger side, gotta make them heads start turning while I'm passing them by. Soon as I step up on the scene, I see that look in your eye. I tell them they don't really want it. Nah, they don't really want it. Back up off this kid, split your lid. Shit, they say I'm off the grid. Toss your bed, I stick your mid. Ain't nobody else do it like I did. I get that green, you know my style. Know how the fuck I break this down. I make it pound when I hit your town. I kick that crown, we don't dick around. I'm in this main. Yeah, you see me. Other rhymers wanna be me. Big timers, big signers. Call my phone and say they need me. Cause we bring it hard. Every track, every bar, every time, every rhyme. Back when I bring it up, better get mine. I ball, man. From the go. Never act like you ain't know. I ain't playing bad, I bring it. No, I mean it from the flow. Overdrive every show. High speed, never slow. Never fall, never fade. Never pay to play a show. I keep it gutter, we always grind me. You can find me in the back of the club. We sit with something shiny. I'm on that silver 7, super do it. I can do it, baby. All bets off. It's on when I sets off. Set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to let it ride, let it ride, let it ride, let it ride. When the chips on the table, hope you able enough to set it off, set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have to set it off.
Tycoon, yes, I hold down my city. From the middle where the map you dudes is silly. You act like you don't know me, but you keep jocking us. Real talk, no game, so put your whistles up. Game over, not flip, you talking crazy, get flipped. Not the sock, I hear the flows that will leave you a cotton mouth. Hey, crib when I enter, these lames know what I claim. It's a shame if they don't, I have a sprint to the center. Where I'm from, we get it cracking, fresh 2-3s on the feet and jeans, you never see me slacking. The killer city keep lyrics that boggle minds. On the fit in 2 letters and ain't no joke, but man. Fella dogs, DT, one way, my entourage straight deep kids, so don't play. Next time you in the neck of my woods, just wait, I'll show you cause I am the stakes, yeah.
Set it off, set it off, set it off. You can roll if you wanna, but you know you're gonna have
All right, all right, all right. We are back for the second half of action. Sun is out. Hopefully the volume is still working. Let's see what we got in the chat while we've been gone. And them helmets do look good, except for them ones without stickers on it. Look kind of weird. That ball is going to be over the head, landing in the end zone for a touchback. So halftime, I'm looking at scores online. Like we we're talking about, Minneapolis Warriors. I'll pull it up right now so I make sure I'm not saying the wrong score. 62-0. Game called in the third. Beginning of third quarter, game called 62-0. So Bulldogs' lone loss of the season comes against them by 4 points. That loss carries a lot of weight in the grand scheme of things. Bulldogs have also getting ready to play their 7th game as that toss is thrown and completed there on the outside for a gain of 3. Bulldogs have also played, they're going to be their 7th game. They played 4 games against defending league champs, 2 games against defending national champs, and 3 games against teams that finished 2nd place in their league last year. So I don't think you can find a better strength of schedule anywhere in the country, personally. I'm not going to take any credit but the guy, whoever set up their schedule is probably a G. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who set up that schedule, but shout out to that dude. Hey, what up, Coach Hester? Titans immediately find themselves behind the sticks here. Not what you wanted to see coming out of the halftime break, as they're having an issue with the clock running. So 3rd and 9 is the call. Sorry, I'm still trying to crunch down on some nachos. Looks like J5 has the man open. That's going to move the chains. Little pitch and catch to Damon Berry here on the outside. That is J5, Jonathan King, under center here for the Titans. Hey, quit talking about mouthful. They gave me pulled pork nachos with jalapenos on the house. Yeah, see, Ray, Run Left's in the booth too, smashing his mouth. They told me don't talk about mouthfuls. Like, these nachos hit different. Ooh. Little pass was deflected. My bad. Second down and 10. Sucker kid, what up, man? Second and 10. Jonathan King settles in here in the shotgun. Twins to the near side, twins to the far side. He's gotten heavy pressure, and he's a left-handed QB rolling that way. He takes a hit, delivers that pass. No flags on the play as the wide receiver is able to scamper up for about 3 yards there. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. Third down and 7, clock rolling. Titans is trying to get some momentum here, get across the 50, see what they can do. They have been unable to have an answer for the Stockmen's offense. So right now, their best defense is keeping their offense on the field.
And you know the biggest thing, like, there's still plenty of game left. I don't know necessarily why they're kind of just abandoning the run.
Oh, there's a lot of game left, but you also have, so everybody on the field there moves except for the center. Gonna back him up 5, a little bit more difficult. So I think what you're saying is it's a different quarterback in. J5 is a longtime friend of mine. I've played with him on multiple different teams. Good dude. But his strength is in his arm. He throws the ball 150 miles an hour. He scrambles a lot, so I'm gonna guess that's why you're gonna see the kind of the scheme change a little bit here. Now third behind the sticks, I'm gonna guess you're gonna see another pass here as you see twins to the near side, twins to the far side. Little miscommunication on the receiver's edge here. Stockman showing some heavy pressures. They bring a stunt up front. 5 is rolling into a strong arm, and he's going to skip the ball into the intended receiver, Christopher Robinson there. Hey, Outlaws Media and Run Left in the booth. Yep. Appreciate y'all tuning in with us, man. If y'all don't mind hitting the subscribe button on YouTube. As you've seen today, every time we have to pause and shut things down for any reason and come back up, it's a different link. Now, eventually, once we get enough subscribers, YouTube will bless off on us to have the same link. Everything we do will be able to found under the same link, so we won't have to keep stopping and pausing. So you'll just get notifications as we go live. But again, man, that just comes with the territory of being a young program. That kick is up. It's got some distance and some height on it. And for whatever reason, he left the ball bounce. Skips it to the right-hand side. Gonna run out of room and scamper out of bounds there at about the 43-yard line. Stockmen will take over their first possession of this half. 12 minutes and 7 seconds left in the third quarter. That's the thing about the Cavalry, man. Cavalry has been a team that has been putting in relentless work. As much as people love to hate those dudes, they've kind of taken on the Oakland Raiders role, if you will, of being the bad boys in the area. And they've lived up to it, you know what I mean? But they're doing things right. You'll see them back in action. I know they have a game against the Red Hawks, I do believe, which is a startup program coming up, but it's good. Stockmen, again, are the Cavalry are a young team, man. This is their second year. So instead of just shutting shop down for the offseason, they're going to continue to get in as many games as they can with opponents that are going to allow them to continue to work and build. So they're not just shutting doors and shutting up shop until next year. They're going to continue to work. They're going to continue to recruit. They're going to continue to work people into their scheme and get games. Somebody blew an assignment there. That is a simple pitch and catch right down Broadway, and he jumps onto that. We call that qualifying in the Army there.
Yeah, no, and that is the Ocho, Vic Sweeney, with the big reception. And dude, my boy has got probably the best celebration game out there.
And that celebration was jumping clean to the upright there. My boy was moving. Come be the Cavs kicker. Hey, last time I came to be the Cavs kicker, I put a 7-inch titanium rod and 4 screws in my shoulder. So that ship has done sailed, my friend. They want to know, is Al Germain on the roster still?
Yes, sir.
Snap back, hold down, kick is up and away, and it is through for another 2 points.
Yeah, Al is still on the roster. He actually picked up a little ding last week playing the Tritons, sorry. But yeah.
He said, take this game off of all Madden and pass the sticks. I didn't catch who the nearest receiver or the nearest defensive back to him was, but Somebody blew an assignment on the backside there somewhere. I don't think that was man coverage on the other side. I think somebody blew an assignment. Nobody was within 10 or 15 yards. Even if they were, they weren't going to catch that man.
Yeah, no, I think the safety rolled over onto coverage onto the strong side.
And we're going to see another touchback. You're going to see a lot more touchbacks, not just because he's got a big leg, which he does, not taking anything away from that kid, but they also kick from the 40, where other leagues in the area kick from the 35. So he does got a big leg. That is at the goal line from the 35, regardless of how you cut it. So he's got a big leg, aided by kicking at the 40. So you guys might be right. They might be high school rules, which is why you saw when the defense jumped earlier, they were getting a flag. That might be some of the pieces adding up to make this puzzle correct here. Where's Connor Russell? I need a 90-yard. Jamal Sims, I see in the chat. Hey, I don't know who it was. Y'all call it. You can't hide from the camera. I don't know who it was. I'm sitting up here stuffing my face with nachos. And Red Bull, because I live healthy. He said this game is getting uglier than the Wayne's brother sister. I mean, I know a lot of people say this game is getting ugly as number 24 gets into the back. I would tell, did I read the number right? 24.
We do not have it. Oh, that's Branch.
Maybe his jersey was ripped and he's switching into a new jersey. 25.
Dontre Branch.
So I know a lot of guys say that this is going to get ugly. I kind of expect, I didn't necessarily expect this scoreline, but I knew Stockmen were my pick to win this league from the very beginning. Stockmen are going to be hard to beat from anybody, period, in any league. What is Crate eating? He's eating the same thing I'm eating, man. Loaded nachos with pulled pork. The ball's on the floor again. Hey, Coach Lee Macklin is about to need new sleeves on that shirt if he keeps flexing. He's flexing on defense, and that shirt is about had all it's going to have. Coach Cox in the building. I appreciate you guys, as always, hanging out. I saw something. If you guys are down in the Oklahoma area, I seen a little bit ago. I don't have my phone in front of me. Coach Cox, if you wanted to put that in, they have an open tryout coming up. If you guys are wanting to try out for a team that is a 3-time defending league champ down there, defending national champ, 2 losses in, I believe, 4 years. If you want to play for a legit organization that's going to put your name out there on the map and play some of the top talent in the country, they do have open tryouts coming up. That's your chance, man. If you live in the Oklahoma area and you like to play football and you are not at that tryout, I'm just going to assume that you don't like to play competition or you're afraid that you're not going to get a starting spot. So it is what it is, man. They've got open tryouts. If you want it, go take your spot. Trips to the far side. Looking left, still looking left. Throws a dagger over the middle. He's going to get down to about the 2-yard line.
DJ Hockett.
EJ Hawkins. Open workout and smoke session. So like a normal Tuesday then. This is about the area of the field where he dials up his own number. And I love it when a plan comes together. It's like I've known this, guys. Jay Swinson, again, making things look easy. At this point, he's just trying to put on for his highlight reel. I'm about to go down there and bench that man myself. And that's just a matter of being able to watch film, man. I know the Stockmen well enough that inside the 5 or anything 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2, whatever it is, Jay's dialing his own number. He's just a big physical dude to bring down. You're not going to bring him down by yourself. If it's not broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? You can't stop it.
Exactly, and I mean you can't really knock him for it because it's obviously working. And when you're 6'1", 220 playing quarterback, or maybe even just 6 foot playing quarterback, you're gonna move the pile.
And that's a dude that has a championship pedigree, and it's not just because he's good. He puts in the work off the field, outside of practice, to get better. He was with the Chaos last year and takes the Chaos to win a championship at multiple different positions. Late down the season, down the stretch, he was in the quarterback role. But again, and he comes over here back to the Stockmen. Dude has a championship pedigree, and it's proven. Hey, Anthony, Titans just need to catch the ball on the kickoff. First down, just kick it, bro. At this point. He said the Marshals. Not the KC Marshals, bro. That disrespect. And the ball lands about 7 yards deep in the end zone again. Speaking of the KC Legion, we will be covering a few of their games this fall as well. Quarterback Day Jones, well-known dude around Kansas City area. He's got to be like 73 by now.
At least.
At least
73.
Say he's still slinging the rock. He's still doing his thing. He's a veteran presence that's at least going to be able to coach those guys up in the fall. Now, I don't know how serious this league's going to be. I've seen a few teams in. You're going to see teams like the Independence Militia that was in the MRFL, the Johnson County Giants, the new Tri-County Kings. So you can see a lot of new teams that are very young in that league. So it might just be one of those we want to hang out and play some football things. Again, I don't know how serious they're going to take that. So, but we'll be out there having fun, bringing in another quarterback. He's got a man. Hey, shout out to Angel with the pancake. I'll throw it out there when I see it. Angel still owes me tacos, though. I do not know where the Stockman plays next. Crip might know.
The Stockmen travel down to Chillicothe to play the Swarm next week.
Oof.
Yeah. Oof.
The Swarm game was canceled today. They're supposed to play the East Iowa Storm. Storm were, I don't know the details, man. I'm going to go off what I see on Facebook. Storm posted they did not have enough players to travel. So I believe the Swarm pick up the win today. So the first win of the UCFL. I believe if that's how the league gives them a forfeit win.
Yeah.
What teams are there to play for in the Kansas City area, man? It depends on what level you're trying to play at. But Titans are in Kansas City. Panthers are in Kansas City. Bulldogs are the cream of the crop in Kansas City until proven otherwise. Calvary, First City Calvary, they're in Kansas City.
The ball is loose.
Still loose.
And it is
Get up.
recovered.
And the call is a touchdown. Curly Charles with a fumble recovery. They're all going to try to sort things out. The refs are kind of confused. Titans offense is staying on the field. They're confused. Look at Elijah. The refs are kind of conferring. We're going to hold off. They have yet to signal an official call. We got enough what? I don't want to hear that. You guys just put in 33 guys in the last 2 days to your roster. You've got 35 DBs on your team, 28 receivers, and 1 quarterback. I'm not trying to hear that nonsense. So they give them the touchdown. Ain't nobody trying to hear you got too many people. Who's that? That's Calvary saying Bulldogs got too many people. I ain't trying to hear. Bulldogs got like 36 players total, and 31 out of those 36 are over 35. Ain't nobody trying to hear that.
When I come down from Florida, it'd be 37.
Y'all
30.
got 126 people on your roster, and 11 of them can play football at a time. What are the other ones gonna do? Crochet? What y'all doing over there?
making scarves for everybody. Be a good side hustle. My boy Les.
Les.
My boy Les.
Hey,
is
Mr.
in
Run
here.
Left in the chat.
Woo woo.
Now, Calvary do have a drone, and as soon as they figure out how to link that drone to a live feed, it'll be pretty dope. Because I seen the other day that I was actually with the women, the Glory were down in Atlanta playing in their playoff game, and I watched that. So they had the ability to go from the view that we have, and then switch to the overhead drone back and forth. So it's kind of like an NFL type experience from multiple angles. If Calvary can figure out a way to pull that off, that would be dope. Why is it teams have to stack a roster and pay players? Dude, it doesn't really matter. So, again, I've been with the Bulldogs, so I know how it works. Bulldogs will play all-star teams. It doesn't really matter, man. I know Bears are the same way. It doesn't matter who you bring. They just want to play, period. And if you can, preferably, if you stack a team, the better. As the refs are on the other side trying to figure out what's going on with the coaches, they're not happy. So if you stack a team, the better team that you bring, the better opportunity the Bulldogs and teams like the Bears and the Gators have to get better. So Bulldogs have a 300-man roster. I promise you they don't. Bulldogs roster caps at 55, and we're cutting players still. So take that for what it's worth. You would have known how much the Bulldogs had if you played on the 20. Never mind.
Shut it down. Shut it down. You got to remember though, like, so at least two of the guys on the roster, Dorsey and Groves, are what, 43?
At least.
At least. I mean, they're getting old.
Dorsey threw his back out today.
Just turned 20.
He's been 24.
Hey, we celebrated Dorsey's 24th birthday again, actually last week at the lake house. So
There we go, Branch.
I was about to cough, bro. I wasn't about to say nothing. Dorsey, chill. I don't know what I know Bulldogs cap at 55. So we start the season camp and we stack to about 65, 70, and then we make cuts, and then people cut their ways or cut their roster as they go. Hey, Joe, what is me and the wife are actually just talking about you today on the way up here. Little Joe, the long hair. Little Big Joe. He said, don't say my back hurt. Cox is on here. But they don't practice, remember? So it'll be all right. Hey, I don't get mad, big dog. I ain't got nothing to get mad about, man. I live a blessed life. This is semi-pro football. I don't get mad over semi-pro. Toss the right-hand side. He is able to break a couple tackles, hurdles his way out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. Move the chains. 5 minutes and 45 seconds and rolling here in the third quarter.
Yeah, see, I mean, just like I was saying, if they maybe stick back to the run game a little bit. They can get a little something going. Dull them to sleep. Maybe run a little play action. Get something going here.
Yes, sir. And here's what I like to see, man. Here's what I would like to see. If the Titans can just find some momentum, find something that works late in this game against a team that's this good, get some momentum as they continue to roll, because there's still a long way to go in the season. See Angel working hard downfield on the blocks there still. He's a man who's always going to keep working. He said I'm 24, crit.
Like July 20.
Hey, it's the stick. That's good stuff, man. Like I talk to Carr all the time, man. I know what's going on in the program. We talk a lot. I was literally at his work the other night on Monday, hanging out with him till probably like 8:30 at night, hanging out. There's a lot of moving pieces that I hope
Why?
stay on your feet. Down the sideline he goes. Check the flags. I do not see a flag. Stockman sold out for a blitz. Had zero coverage over the top. I want to say that's Damon Berry showing off a little bit of speed there over the top.
Yeah, not bad, young man. Not bad.
Little pitch and catch action over the top. Striking for the tune to about 75 yards. Able to hold his feet, tiptoe down the sideline. Hey, Damon Bear, if you ever seen that dude in person, he's a big dude to move that fast, that far. He's probably over there trying to get an oxygen tank right now. But yeah, Stick, as long as Calvary continues to do the right things, they're going to be all right, man. Like I said, there's some stuff that I don't necessarily agree with, but that's every team. But there's a lot of stuff that they're doing right as well.
That's right. Dorsey Ehas out here dropping dimes.
Inside the near pylon. Caught. Is that 2 points for you?
No, one.
So it's 1 for the harder and 2 for the kick.
Yeah, they must not have a kicker.
So, I guess. That's weird.
Dude, yeah.
They lost their kickers, so you have to get harder. Bro, if you don't have one of your damn linemen out here and toe poke that bad boy next time for 2 points. Bro, you're on the 10-yard line. Hit that left-footed. Like, just stand there and kick it. Don't got to go very far. But again, as you guys are saying, it's hard to have kickers at any level in semi-pro. So I understand why they're rewarding kickers for 2 points. I just hope I get that. Give me 2 points when I'll come back. I won't, but it sounds good. You guys noticed the second I said I'll come back, my wife shut that down real quick. Oh, I can hear you. Ball will be fielded cleanly at about the 14. As he rolls around the left side, makes another man miss, but he's escorted out of bounds at about the 42 or 43 there.
Once again, Vic Sweeney with the return.
Vic Sweeney is a man. I have yet to be able to meet him really in person outside of today, but he's been on Facebook for a few years. He's been a young talent that people are, at least he's highly touted. You know what I mean? Like, he's very well respected on, at least on Facebook, social media. When I see him, he's always got highlights. People say he's a weapon, and so far today, he's clearly been a weapon. So it's good to see guys in person rather than on Facebook all the time. Come to the Kings and kick. Bro, I'll be at the Kings games in the booth. I ain't kicking.
Ooh, there we go. We got TJ Pegram with a big run off the right side.
An old man, he retired. Hey, everybody, I'm old, bro, but I'm not like Bulldog old. I'm still below the average age of the Bulldogs. So the Kings, the Tri-County Kings, are going to play their games out of Grain Valley, Missouri. They're in that fall KC Land League. They hit us up. We're going to be out there at the game. He says, announce the game, run down and kick the PAT real quick and run back to the booth. It's hilarious you say that because I literally told Run Left a few weeks ago that was on my agenda.
TJ Pegram to the left again for a gain of nothing there. On second, bringing it to third. Boys running out without helmets on.
Are we playing them then? Hey, like I said earlier in the chat, man, we need to put a Bulldogs 2 in the fall league just for recruiting purposes. I wanted to split teams and win the MFL and the MFA this year, but that never happened. Hey, we could just make it the Thug Dogs. The Thug Puppies. Davis. You talking about the linebacker that was in the backfield there?
Yeah.
A little scuffle. Yeah, I seen that.
Complaining about being held.
He was dragged down by the neck. Whatever. Jersey. But you're in the trenches, man. Like,
Yeah.
You got to fight. Some pressure coming from the backside. Little lob pass out to number 3. He's got a seam as he is upended. And now we got the big boy flex down by 30. I like your swag. Hey, KC Thug Puppies, bro. That needs to be the team in the fall. I'm telling you. Patent it. Hey, Stockmen are continue to get better. I'm hoping they make that run into regionals. They are a good team. They're in the North bracket, though, so in order to see, I see in the chat you guys are talking about there needs to be a Stockman and Bulldogs game. I would love to see it. That's always the game that I looked forward to when I was playing. I had to bring my rings up here, just to show them what an MFA ring looked like prior to the game. My boys down here. But they're going to get themselves a ring, man. It's just a matter of time. But if there is talks, I was talking to them a little bit about possibly playing the Bulldogs prior to regionals. But if you wanted to see that game with weight on the line, the Stockmen will have to get through the likes of
Dev Owsley with the big touchdown. A good catch.
So Stockton will have to get through the likes of the Minneapolis Warriors in the Northern Division in order to run into the Bulldogs. So if that game does happen outside of regionals, great. If not, the only way you'll see that game is for a regional championship this year, and the winner will go to Florida to represent the region in the national championship game. So that's how that plays out. There's 2 chances to make it happen, either before or in regionals. In regionals, it's going to be a lot tougher to see that game happen. Kick is up, right down the middle again. Minneapolis. Yeah, so if the Stockmen win the league, they will move into regionals. In regionals, they are in the North bracket. From Omaha up is all North. And then everything south, like Kansas City, St. Louis Cyclones are already in. So say the Cyclones, Missouri Cyclones are the only team right now with a ticket actually punched into regionals. If the Stockmen win, they will head into regionals. And they will have to get to the likes of the Minneapolis Warriors.
Now, my question to that
Send it.
is, do past champions already have
Yes.
a regional ticket?
So I wasn't going to get into it, but Bulldogs, yes. Bulldogs will be in the regionals. Unless Bulldogs lose the next 3 games in a row, they'll be in regionals. So then I'm excited for regionals because you're going to have the undefeated Cyclones. You're going to have the Bulldogs, who are always tough. Possibly MVP out of St. Louis if they win in their championship game. So there's going to be a lot of good teams in the South. Should be fun. Should be interesting. Some good teams in the North. But right now, Minneapolis Warriors are running the front of the pack in the region. However, there's a lot of talks that Minneapolis, again, there's 4 or 5 organizations that run their own national thing, right? So the one that we run out of the national football events and the USA Bowl, they kind of run together. You don't have to go that route if you don't want to. To me, it's the most organized. It's the most legit. You have to get through a tournament of champions in order to get there as we roll into the 4th quarter here. So you have to get through a tournament of champions. To me, it's the most legit thing. Before, it was just you win, you call your buddy, you go to Florida, you can have 3 or 4 losses. It's all good, right? As long as you know the right people. But now you have to play good teams to get there. So to me, it's the most legit. So in order to get there, you have to play in a regional tournament. Now, Minneapolis Warriors, I've heard, are not going to go through the NFE or the USA Bowls, and they're going to go through another organization that's based out of Minnesota. If that's true, as it stands of the last rankings that I saw, which aren't official yet, so who knows what they're going to change, the Bulldogs will then take the number 1 seed, as things stand currently. Stockmen will have the number 1 seed in the North. So then Stockmen, to me, are the front runners in the North. I have yet to see, I think it's the Warhawks. I believe they're undefeated. Bobcats are another undefeated organization, but these are teams I have never seen in person. So I can only talk on the Stockmen guys I've seen in person. I've seen them play for years. Blazing. Man, hey, what team are you with, Boston? I'll tell you how it looks out. I'm the regional director, so I kind of get the insight from the national committee. I was just talking to them yesterday, actually, about what we're trying to set up. And every year's a growing pain, man, because it's semi-pro. So as much as I want to try to make things legit for you guys, it's a matter of, do teams want to play? Like, I've tried to set up a state championship game forever, and we can just never get it to work. I've tried to do champion versus championship games, but I can only do what teams are going to allow me to do. So it's a matter of what the teams and the players want.
Defense by the Stockmen there. Tried to come out right. We had Lando Johnson in there on the tackle, coming from the DB spot.
And I can tell you what, the Stockmen are putting on a show here today, but Coach Lee is going to have someone's ass for that 7 points. Tell me I'm wrong. Coach Lee ain't going to be happy about giving up 7 points.
No, I'm surprised that vein in the back of his head hasn't popped out yet.
We got 40 different combos going. And Punishers, that's a game we actually just talked about tonight. Meadows, appreciate you bringing that up. So the tournament bracket, as we see the outside shoulder, he is there again. Stiff arm. Hits the speed. Is he going to get there? 10-5 touchdown. Check for flags. There is a flag all the way back in the backfield, but it looks like Ehas is slow to get up. So was it a late hit? Personal foul. That boy just threw a tomahawk chop. I'm assuming he meant roughing the passer. Maybe he's a Chiefs fan. Who knows? But touchdown will stand. Speaking of Coach Lee. I'm going to pack my stuff and get out of here as soon as this game ends, because Coach Lee's probably going to slam some people around off the walls. Hey, that's a big dude, man. Hey, Damon still got speed, bro, for sure. But Meadows, going back to you, I was talking to the national committee. So I know the Punishers are supposed to be playing the Prime. That is not, put that on record, is not a regional game. Bears are playing the Bulldogs. That is not a regional game. The information I have for you right now, we talked about the other day, the Punishers and the Bolts and the Bears and the Monstars will be in their regional tournament. They're trying to get 2 more teams out of the Texas area. Possibly, I knew the Arkansas or the Louisiana, whatever they are down south, the undefeated team. I've never heard of them before. Sorry. I know they're undefeated, though. Possibly the Prime They're trying to get 2 more teams to get into that tournament. But I do know the Punishers and the Bolts, 1 and 2, will mix things up, crossplay. As of right now, if no one else gets added, it'll be the Punishers, the Monstars at the Punishers' house. And then the Bolts will play the Bears in Oklahoma. Then the winner of those 2, the highest remaining seed, if the Bears win, Bears will host. That game will be the Punishers versus the Bears in Oklahoma. The winner of that game will then proceed to the National Bowl game down in Florida. So that's how that works. We're still trying to get things set up in that game. Did you just ask me what the score was? Oh, okay. Is the overlay on the screen not working? Somebody? But again, that regional is different this year, so they were all in the same region. Everyone is in the same region last year. But with the addition of North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota into the region as fall teams, they cut out the Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, North Texas areas that are all spring teams and just put them in their own division. Now, we were trying to get this bracket off the ground a long time ago, but the people we were trying to bring in to run that region just weren't wanting to deal with the semi-pro mindset and the attitudes. And then we had some rests being punched down there in the league, so put a black eye on the semi-pro, and people just didn't want any part in it. So again, the more people that get games broadcasted and do things professional, and the more things that we're going to try to do with the tournament, we have to start, as Run Left always says, man, you have to start bringing the pro back to semi-pro. We're going to continue to shoot ourselves in the feet.
Exactly. And that's on every level of it, whether it be the product that you put out on the field, the product that you put out on social media, everything. Like, if you're out there acting a fool in your team uniform or something like that, and that gets put on social media, oh, the world just tears us apart.
Facts, man. It takes 100 things done right in semi-pro to overcome one thing done wrong. And that's just it's the sad nature of the beast. You must be watching on a flip phone. This says chick and puts the eyes. Here we go. Outlaws dating website. We're going to charge extra for that.
Kai Cole with the return to the 30.
$12 minutes. The clock is running. I'm assuming they got a running clock on here. As we roll inside at 12 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Say right now, if I'm the Stockman, I am pounding the ball.
Crit knows me.
That's Amy. She was a big supporter of the Northwest Iowa Bulldogs.
Okay. All I saw was Blazing. There's no name. It just says Blazing. Appreciate you, man, appreciate you for hanging out with us. As always, as every one of you guys, man. Without you guys in the chat, hanging out, whether it be fans, family, players, man, woman, female, child, without you guys, this is 100% pointless for us to do, sit up here and talk to ourselves. Hey, I'm waiting to see it. Brr! Hold on, Dorsey, I got something for you. Keegan, come here, baby. So, if you guys don't know, I went on a vacation last week to the lake house. Anthony came down there with us. Dorsey came down there with us with the Golson. And he decided to teach my daughter something. And it sounds like she's cold every time she says it, but I'm going to let her throw it out here for you. Y'all get ready. Keegan, where you at, baby? Say, Dorsey's watching. Come on, do it. Say, brr. Do it. Dorsey's watching. He said, do it. Apparently she's being shy, but Anthony did it. There's Anthony. Anthony said it. Let me hear you. Oh, come on. Say it loud, girl. Anywho, it sounded like she was cold the entire float trip, man. All I heard was brrr! All night long. This girl was up at midnight. Brrr! Everything running up and down the stairs. Go cop my mixtape. Hey, man, if you have stuff up on Spotify that we can play, because we're getting ready to start running high schools as well, let me know. We'll pull it off of Spotify. We'll throw it up here. Gotta say it where we can hear it. Ooh!
Number 11 for the Stockmen, Josh Gordon, coming in there with the hard-nosed run after the reception.
Saw something fly. I don't know if that was paint, face mask. Too loud from here. There it is. She said, "Brr!" I hope y'all heard that. So my daughter knows how to finesse my wife because she's like, you pay me money, I'll do it. So my wife is just throwing dollar bills on the table. Why won't the Stockmen and Chaos play? They did, actually. Last year they played in preseason. Timeout. I missed it. Stockmen, I do believe. So Chaos and Stockmen did play preseason last year. And again, that's crossover games in the same city that you want to see. My issue is, since we brought it up, why is there no crossover games against better teams in Kansas City? There's 5 or 6 teams in Kansas City, and we can't get crossover games. Omaha, they do crossover games, except for some teams, I guess. I don't know, but that middle linebacker there for the Titans has some dope cleats. That's my favorite color, too. Ball on the floor. Going to be a loss of about 7 or 8 there.
Now, with 9 minutes left of the fourth, the Stockmen have brought in their second-string quarterback. That's Gary Brown.
It's always good to see the young guys because you don't know, worst case scenario, Twinson goes down with a knee injury or a shoulder injury or any type of injury, or maybe he just can't get out of work. You know what I mean? You always need your guys to be dialed in. Everybody needs to be dialed in. What up, Scott? Hanging out in the chat, man. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Probably because you keep getting banned on Facebook. He's got a lot of green in front of him. Gives to the outside. Slammed down. He got enough. He got past the original line of scrimmage. Picked up another couple. He's going to bring up a 3rd down and 8. Yeah, did you get banned on Facebook again? I've been looking for you, bro. I cannot find you on Facebook. I'm just going to assume you got banned again. Hey, Dom started a new videography business. I know someone else did as well. I know I'm linking up with Dom soon in the near future to get my son his gym workout highlights because I have a college scout who's looking for who wants workout film and gym film, wanting to see if his thing was kickers can't hold up in the gym to do a college workout. Well, my son is 6'3", 205 pounds, and still building, so my son will be just fine. But they want the tape, so I'm gonna link up with Dom. If you guys need any type of crazy edits done, flyers, the dude has some of the dopest flyers. Highlight videography made, highlight reels. I'm sure he'll help you guys out with that. That's a dude to go through. Hey, Dom, drop your business page, man. I know you did some stuff. I know you were making a business page. Drop that in here so people can go check you out when you're not banned. Anthony said 250 is where he warms up at, which is about quadruple his weight. Stockman line up here. Trips to the near side. Single to the far side. I got a window post right in my face. So he didn't cross, but the refs, anytime they see movement on the defensive line, they have called it all night long, and it has yet to change. I seen a workout one of you and the other dude there today, actually, that put on the Calvary page. It's a dope video, man. I liked it. Again, you're super talented, but that goes without saying. Everything you've touched, man, turns into gold, whether it be edits, whether it be highlights, whether it be music. You're just a talented ass dude, man. But again, that's the whole point of this broadcast, man. There's so much talent on and off the field in Kansas City that just doesn't go noticed, man. So many entrepreneurships. Dorsey's got his own business. I started my thing with my wife. Well, really, my wife started, and I'm just riding her coattails. Anthony, AD Illustrations. Go find that on Facebook. Crit in the Booth, Run Left podcast, man. The only legit podcast for semi-pro that I listen to. There's just so much talent, man, on and off the field, everywhere you look in Kansas City. He said 250 on one. Joe, hey, just because you put 250 dumbbells up for warm-ups, bro, chill out. Run Left podcast is legit, especially if you guys go listen to this last episode. I about blocked him, actually, because he called me a weasel. So... legit, though, Run Left podcast, man. Every single Monday morning, I've got about a 45-minute ride to work. I wake up. After I get ready to rock and roll for work, I get in my car, hook up my Bluetooth, and I find the Run Left podcast. And if it's not there, I promise you, I blow up his inbox for it.
Super annoying, by the way. This happened one Monday. I slept in, and I woke up to like 30 messages.
It'd be like that. Hey, drop your detailing business, because I know we need. My wife needs her van detailed, actually. Plug it in, man. Let's do it. Yeah. And see, she's laughing at me. He's saying he didn't do it, but I think everyone clearly heard the fact that you called me a weasel.
Said that you weaseled in.
It's the same thing, bro. Clear.
I know,
It's clear as day.
I'm done defending it.
Back shoulder throw. He almost came down with an acrobatic catch there. Unable to haul that in. It'll bring up a 4th down. Looks like the offense is staying in. Might as well at this point. Need Cincy. There you go. We're bringing out the punting unit. As we roll inside of 3 minutes and 30 seconds left here to go in this closing quarter. Again, I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with us and bearing with us as we had to go through a little bit of difficulties there in the beginning. We weren't expecting that weather, but every day we come out is another adventure for us as we continue to grow and continue to figure out what we can and can't do. This is our first trip out of Kansas City with the new business. It went off with a few hitches, but stuff that was out of our control. Anytime you mix in lightning and electrical storms with electricity, it's never a good thing. But we were able to figure it out with our team in the booth, able to get through it, man. I know my wife immediately jumped on. Anthony Douglas, again, is a huge help. He helps us out. Even when he's not here, man, he's a technical guru. He's got us up and running. We're up and running in the booth. We've been up and running steady ever since. So, again, I appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We're not professionals by any stretch of the imagination, but we try to bring you guys the best quality stream that we can possibly bring you.
Not even close. I know that's like one of the first things that I always say on the podcast. We are not podcast hosts. We are football players. It definitely shows.
But with that being said, I still take pride in what I do, and I think that I'm doing things better than anybody else that broadcasts around. I think you're doing a better podcast than anybody else around, in my opinion. I think it's just the passion that we both have for what we do, I think, is what shows. Come here, baby. My daughter wants to give you all one more. And she's still stacking dollars. Let him hear it. That pass over the middle, a little post seam route there, falls incomplete. He had a man open, just unable to link up. Come here, Tegan. Do it in the mic. There it is. Anthony heard it. Hey, my wife had a little meltdown there when the rain and lightning went. The audio cut out, and then the camera crashed, and it was outside, and people were standing in front of the window. She cried a tear or two, and then was ready to start choking people out. So shit got real quick.
Bro, for real, I got out of the way as fast as possible. I hobbled out of the way. I was gone.
And this man is about 6'5", and he was out of here quick. Good run there around the left-hand side, fighting for some extra yards. Stockmen are in there trying to strip the ball out as well. They're still going to fight all the way down to the end as we're now inside of the final minute left here of this ball game. And we are talking about the game. What game you want me to talk about, bro? It's 54-13. Stockmen, I won't even say been in control the whole way. That first quarter, Titans and Stockmen kind of threw hands, man. They stood in the middle and threw exchanged blows. Titans just shot themselves in the foot a couple times early, and like good teams do, Stockmen capitalize on a couple mistakes there with the Titans in the first quarter. Went into the second quarter, they were only down by 8. Titans got another Titans threw a pick 6 there, and since that point, they kind of just gave up on themselves. But again, they're a young organization, and that just happens. If they were able to keep things together, man, it's a different ballgame. And that is the ball game. Your final here from Omaha is 54-13. I appreciate y'all hanging out with us, man. We're gonna stay here for a couple more minutes and talk with you. Who is the other undefeated team in the league? I do believe it is the Nebraska Bobcats. And that is a team that I heard a little bit about last year, and they struggled a little bit. This year, apparently, they're pulling the right strings and making the right moves. They are undefeated, and they've really been blowing teams out as well.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Hey, just like I said, I'm an outsider looking in for the scoreboard. They've been blowing teams out on the scoreboard.
Yes. Yeah.
You want another dollar? My daughter wants another dollar. Yeah, so we're going to hang out and watch these guys a little bit, man. I'm going to go down on the field here in a minute and just kind of hang out with these guys. It's been a year since I've seen them. Do the Stockmen and Bobcats play each other?
That will be the last game of the year. Well, the last regular season game of the year for the UCFL. And that will be in 2 weeks.
2 weeks, as in July 31st?
Yes.
So there's another big game that might overshadow that one on July 31st.
Definitely.
That'll be the Kansas City Bulldogs taking on the Oklahoma Bears for the first game of a 2-game kind of, how do you want to say that? 2-game series agreement, whatever it is. The Oklahoma Bears will be traveling to Kansas City. The Stockmen, do they go? It's going to be in Omaha, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it'll be at the Bobcats field, but it'll be in Omaha, yes.
Bobcats have any good games before then?
No.
It's the UCFL, so
They've
probably
played
not.
the bottom 3 teams in the league twice.
And again, no, I'm not knocking the Bobcats. You have to play who's lined up in front of you. I just don't see a lot of depth outside of teams like the Stockmen. Warhawks have always been a decent team. They've always been up there whatever leagues they were in. I don't know, man. I've never seen the Bobcats play in person, so I can't talk about the Bobcats. I don't know. I do know there was talks about playing the Bulldogs, but I've talked to some of the Bobcats player, and they said that was never a thing. That was kind of just somebody who didn't have power to pull strings, trying to pull strings that he couldn't pull. You know what I mean? So, again, what field did they play at?
That I do not know.
So, yeah, again, I can't talk bad about the Bobcats. I've never seen them. All I can go off is the scoreboard. So, they're winning. They're putting up big points, regardless of if that's even like the same thing with the Cyclones. Cyclones played one team this year that has a winning record. But I can't knock them. They're winning. They're winning games. They're doing what they're supposed to be doing, and they can't control who's on the schedule. Now, with all that being said, they can control between now and regionals, they can control who they play. So if they step out and they play good teams, I don't know. I heard they're looking at playing the Stockmen. That'd be a dope game. So that'll be a real game to see if they're going to step out and play challenging teams. You know what I mean? So Bulldogs beats Battlestar Galactica. Meadows is taking all bets because he got big pockets now that he sold his uniforms down there. Crit, hit me up on Facebook if you found out. Stockmen need a loudmouth in the stands. And it was funny because I actually reached out to you a few weeks ago trying to get that July 31st game. But Bulldogs, Bears, man, probably the top game in the country going on that night in my backyard. I'm not going to miss that one. I do like this stadium, man. It's tough to broadcast games in North Kansas City High School if you guys have never been there. They have a full-blown table in the booth, so it's extremely hard to get up to the window. So my wife is kind of doing a little limbo action like she's in a yoga class, leaning up and over the table. So it's hot,
Yeah, no,
but it's a great booth to be in. I mean, it's a great field.
Ralston, this is brand new turf last year, so.
But they don't have an AC in here, so it was... I've never been to Ghana, but I assume this is how hot it gets. Safe travels home. I appreciate how many running backs Bulldog got. Matter of fact, check your inbox. Maybe getting a message soon. Bulldogs don't have, but I think they started with a 4 running back group. One of them has since stepped out. It was actually the starter. He is receiving some offers for colleges and getting some college looks right now, so he stepped out to try to pursue his academic career, which is the point of what we do is get these young guys chances. It's Marcus Skinner should have been doing this a long time ago. We've been trying to push his butt to college. He's finally starting to get that look. There's a few other guys that are trying to get looks to get into college, and colleges are calling in, and they're starting to get some good looks for those guys. So Bulldogs dropped down to 3 running backs, and then one of them has since disappeared. I think he got an injury, so he is out. The Bulldogs are down to 2 running backs. 3 possibly.
I'll come back up in Florida.
There he goes. But again, man, Bulldogs are an organization that they don't play the guys who've been there forever just because they've been there forever. And I know me and Dorsey were talking about it the other day. If you look, even at the defense, people are like, well, Dorsey's not going to come off the field. Tyrone's not going to come off the field. You've got guys making huge plays like Marcus sits in the safety spot. Appreciate you coming out, man.
Hey,
Safe ride home, as always.
It was a pleasure. Fun hanging out with y'all. We'll do it
Run
again.
left Monday morning?
Yes, sir.
Better. Well, yeah, man, it's Bulldogs, they've got guys who are right out of high school, 18 years old, playing on the defense, getting starting reps, getting good reps, getting quality reps in big games. There is no throwaway games that the Bulldogs have played this year. They've played defending league champs. They've played defending national champs. They've played runner-ups. Like, they've been in it, man. They've been in it. So, and there's youngsters getting good quality reps. None of this trash time reps. None of this we're up by 70, go in for the last 2-minute reps. They're getting from start to finish against national championship teams, grown men, and they're 18 getting very solid reps. So if you want it, go out to the Bulldogs practice, man. Put in that work. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 6:45 to 9 p.m. That's where they're at, getting work. Gabe, I love coming. Hey, I love sitting in the booth. So we're going to wrap it up, man. That's it for us from Omaha. My daughter's going to give you one last burr, and we're going to send it to post game, and we're going to shut her down. There it is, man. I appreciate, as always, every single one of you guys for hanging out with us. If you guys hit the old like and follow button on Facebook, the subscribe button on YouTube, I would highly appreciate it. That's it from Omaha. And as always, man, if you want that tutty, run left. Appreciate it.